Dinosaurs. For nearly 2 centuries, they have captured our imagination. Some reached gargantuan sizes, defying the limits of what we think it's possible for life on land, while others stayed small and looked pretty much like today's birds, which are also dinosaurs, but with teeth and claws on their forelimbs. Today, we'll delve deep into the importance of accurate dinosaurs in dinosaur-related media. This is among the first dinosaur illustrations. It features an iguanodon reconstruction. This famous artwork was made by paleontologist and geologist Gideon Mantell, before the word dinosaur even existed. Notice it depicts the animal as very lizard-like, and this would continue to be a trend up until the end of the 19th century, when renowned paleoartist Charles R. Knight did this masterpiece. It depicts 2 dinosaurs, formerly Lelaps, now Dryptosaurus, as active animals. This was a gigantic step forward in the understanding of these animals. This movement breathed life into the idea that dinosaurs were closely related to birds. And in fact, they were. They are? Well, now we know that all birds are actually dinosaurs. They're the only dinosaurs to have survived the Cretaceous extinction. To quickly summarize it, dinosaurs were seen as cold-blooded, slow-moving behemoths up until the late 60s, where something known as the dinosaur renaissance made its debut. And did this idea get accepted right away? No! In fact, although films like Jurassic Park helped massively in changing people's minds about dinosaurs and seeing them more as actually living animals.
Stop. Dear Mudnag, I follow you for the content you make about cryptids and everything around them. If I want to see anything Jurassic Park / world related, there are tons of other creators. Please stick to the cryptids and never mention anything Jurassic Park / world again, okay?
But I was going to say...
No!
But
everyone knows the impact of those films. Everyone knows the raptors aren't accurate. Everyone knows the Dilophosaurus didn't have a frill and lacked venom. Everyone knows the T-Rex had excellent eyesight. And everyone knows that Spinosaurus couldn't kill a T-Rex. Continue, please.
fair enough, as I was saying. Even though our idea of non-avian dinosaurs has already changed a lot from the early days of magnificent retro paleoart, and keeping in mind the ongoing wonderful modern paleoart, scientifically accurate dinosaurs are still relatively hard to find in dinosaur media. Even though there has been a major effort to change this, beautiful series like Prehistoric Planet are changing the public's perceptions of these animals. They are like windows to our distant past. They are the kind of content I strive for. But what about works like Peter Jackson's Skull Island? Could we say they're scientifically accurate? Well, Peter Jackson's King Kong is among my favorite works of fiction ever made. I have talked about this in the past, and I believe I'll keep talking about it forever. The truth is that Peter Jackson's Skull Island is a work of speculative biology, being that the animals evolved speculative traits to survive the complex conditions of the island. It isn't trying to represent tyrannosaurs or dromaeosaurs as they were, but as what they could have become. Recent dinosaur films, such as 65...
Zip it!
Come on. Well, while there are different ways to portray dinosaurs in media, the truth is, when we're trying to portray the Cretaceous era, we should try to portray the Cretaceous era. Having a comic series that focuses on dinosaur cryptids, we could go with extremely out-of-the-box designs for beings such as Mokele-mbembe and Kazai-rex. But at the end of the day, we don't want to end up with something that doesn't resemble the animals they were. They are. That's why when you point out that Kazai-rex is a Majungasaurus, or Ngumomonene is a Spinosaurus, or Mokele-mbembe is a Diplodocus, well, technically, no. They are speculatively evolved animals, and each has their own scientific name. It's basically the same as you saying a Vastatosaurus rex is a Tyrannosaurus rex. Well, it isn't. But we understand. When looking, for example, at Ngumomonene, it's quite obvious it is a Spinosaur. even though it actually isn't a Spinosaurus. And speaking of our projects, we have to talk about After Time. After Time is a short film about a dinosaur apocalypse. We started making this film with no real script 10 years ago, even though we were very proud of it and have already won at a big festival. We're aware that the animals are sometimes quite inaccurate, and yes, they're mostly models from video games. But please keep in mind, we were young and needed to try making dinosaurs. If we could pull it off, we could then do anything. Well, almost anything. There's only so much that can be done with an extremely limited budget, which is what we have always worked with. If, by some chance, we were to have a real film budget, well, you could expect some very accurate-looking dinosaurs. In conclusion, scientifically accurate dinosaurs are actually very important in any dinosaur-related media. Unless you're not really portraying them, but rather something that came from them. But even then, you might want to stay true to their most defining real features. If you think about how this iguanodon was once considered accurate when the animal is now thought to have looked like this, you realize their story is ongoing, and we never know what can be found tomorrow and change our idea of the animal. Looking at you, Spino. That's what has made dinosaur media evolve over the years. Not keeping old ideologies about these animals and trying to actually study their biology and ecology. Because understanding them and understanding the past is the only way we can understand the future. 2025 was a great year for the channel. Not only that, but we managed to shoot a short film called For the Major. And also, we released Congo 1880 issue number 2. The third issue is having a bit of a delay due to the economical changes around the world. We're trying to sort this out in the meantime, but we will have the Portuguese volume 3 coming out in the first half of 2026. The name for this volume will be revealed soon. And we also have a comic book called Jurassic Portugal that features a lot of accurate dinosaurs, and our scientific partner is actually the Lourinhã Museum. So you can get ready for a lot of accurate dinosaurs in 2026. So, there's a lot of stuff in the pipeline, stay tuned. We hope you liked this video, and please don't forget to comment, subscribe and activate the bell icon if you want more accurate and speculatively evolved dinosaurs. Until next time.